Hey everyone, Pete here from Keter Wellness. Today we're talking about one of my favorite brain enhancing herbs, Mucuna Pruriens, also known as the velvet bean. You probably heard it associated with dopamine, motivation, and focus. But what is the real science behind it? How does this work? And how can you use it safely for yourself to benefit from? Well, Mucuna Pruriens is a tropical legume that naturally contains L-Dopa. Now, L-Dopa is the direct precursor to dopamine. So it's not dopamine itself. L-Dopa is the precursor for dopamine. That means that it helps your body to maintain healthy dopamine levels, which play a key role in your mood, your motivation, and focus. When you hear about dopamine support, Mucuna is often the most studied plant for that purpose. The clinical research shows standardized Mucuna Pruriens extracts can support. When you hear about dopamine support, Mucuna is often the most studied plant for that purpose. Clinical research shows standardized Mucuna extracts can support healthy dopamine function, which means better mood and focus, stress resilience by reducing cortisol, and also healthy fertility and testosterone levels in men under stress. But the key word here is standardized. Raw powder may have about 3 to 7% L-Dopa, whereas like an extract has anywhere from 15 to 20 to 30%, like the one used in some products such as ours, the Keter Wellness capsules. And this ensures that not only are you getting a consistent product, but you're also getting a potent enough product where you don't have to eat so much of the material every time you want to take this, which it is healthy. You could eat the raw material, but you'll just have to consume so much of it, and your body won't process it as quickly as well. So if you're new to Mucuna, I would suggest to start slow if you have a standardized extract. See how your body reacts to it. Some people who really need it, we find, have a better reaction to it, where some people who don't really need it, who are just interested in, hey, I heard about this Mucuna and I want to raise my dopamine levels with it. You could actually be messing with your natural dopamine cycles. So start slow, 1 capsule a day. Look at whatever product you have, look at the supplement panel, look at the directions. You just take a capsule with water. You could take it with food, you can take it without. I should note this, you should avoid combining it with MAOIs, any antipsychotic medications, or any other prescription levodopa you might be taking, unless your doctor approves of that. In general, it's safe to use, but always listen to your body. Always keep in mind your other prescription medications that you have in mind when you're taking any other supplement. So also I want to note that how levodopa works, right? Because some people are thinking, well, I'm just putting straight dopamine into my body. That's not quite how it works. And what makes the levodopa from Mucuna so special? The levodopa, they have clinically made levodopa that's made in a scientific lab, and they've actually shown that things might have changed since I last researched this, but that is not able to pass the blood-brain barrier. Our brain has something called a blood-brain barrier, and it protects our brain. It's very important. It doesn't just let anything across into your brain, right? If we did, it could be very dangerous. So it has like a screen, and it says, yes, this can come in. What's interesting is that the levodopa that's in the Mucuna Pruriens herb, in the powder from the herb, is able to cross the blood-brain barrier. So your brain says, yes, you are allowed to come on in. So with that said, the one made in a lab is not. So there's something synergistic within the Mucuna plant with our bodies, just like all plants, right? They all react with our body in a certain way because they are from the earth, we're from this earth, right? We're not made in a lab. That could change in the future, but that's a whole nother story. That could change in the future, but that's a whole nother story. So here at Keter Wellness, I just want you to know how you can take Mucuna safely and what kind of Mucuna to look out for. Always make sure it's from the natural plant. Look for a standardized extract. 20% is a good place to start with a standardized extract. And here at Keter Wellness, we standardize ours to 20%. It usually comes out to a little bit over, about 21%. We always test every batch that comes through. We test it for all the heavy metals and anything that could be toxic for you. And we also test to make sure that that L-Dopa level is at that 20% or maybe even a little more. Always check your herbs. Always check the companies you're getting from. You can always request a certificate of analysis, a COA. So you can always email the company. If they don't want to provide it to you, I would raise suspicion with that company and maybe not use their products. So if you're looking for a clean, standardized, science-based way to support your dopamine levels naturally, maybe you could give Keter Wellness a try. This isn't an ad. I just really wanted to inform you about Mucuna. But this is a really good, pretty potent version of Mucuna. It's a good one to start with though. We suggest just take 1 capsule to start. We have people who take up to like 10 capsules because they might really need it for things. Now we don't claim to treat for Parkinson's, but we do have customers who have Parkinson's that take quite a bit. All right, so I'll leave you guys off there. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check the description. I'll put some links in there where maybe you can find more information about Mucuna Pruriens. All right, thanks, bye-bye.